So life is like this flame. I don't know if you can see, but right now there's this flame that is sort of heating up, and then above it is like another candle. And if it heats too much, it's going to melt the candle above and put out its own flame. Whereas if it doesn't heat enough, it's not going to be able to evaporate the wax underneath, or it's just going to be extinguished or just, die out if it doesn't heat too much. And I think this is sort of what life is like. So that's sort of what life is. You're sort of this flame where if you heat it too much, you're gonna your surroundings, everything is gonna the wax is gonna melt on your flame, and then your surroundings will sort of overwhelm you, and then you'll get burnt out. If your flame is too small and you're not putting enough effort, you also will eventually get extinguished.
It is an outrage, that's all.
So I think what that's trying to share, if you're constantly pushing it, there is a sweet spot. And I think all these most successful people in the world has figured out what this sweet spot is. And they're so consistent with their life, and they're at their optimal. They're the most happiest, the most fulfilled. Like me, doing 5 things each day, every single day, that's when I'm the most happiest, the most fulfilled, and that's when I'm getting the most done. The moment I try to get 6 big tasks done a day, that's when I get burnt out. The moment I trim it down to only getting 1 or 2 things a day, I just lose that motivation. So having that sweet spot and being consistent with it is how you...
What?
I'm trying to think of a metaphor, like this candle here. Let's say the candle's goal, the flame's goal is to basically melt all the wax. Being at this sweet spot, that's when it's going to be melting the wax the most. Obviously in this scenario is a bit different, where I'm there's a piece of wax on top of the flame, so it can't flame too much. But obviously if it was just a normal candle, the bigger the flame, the better, because then it will just melt the candle below it much quicker. But obviously life isn't that simple. In this scenario, the candle will be able to melt everything really quicker if it just went at a consistent pace. It didn't go too fast and it didn't go too slow. And that's what I think it requires to succeed in life. In order to make a lot of money, win, melt all this wax and barriers you're surrounded by that's stopping you from getting that freedom, it requires being slow and steady. If you go really, even let's say you had no limits, let's say the only thing, let's say I can get 10 things done without burning out. If I was getting that much done, more problems will occur. I'm going to attract a lot of people that just don't want me to succeed. You're going to be moving at a much faster pace, and people don't like it. When people don't like people who are winning. That's why when you get to the top, you get pulled down. So yeah, that's something I wanted to quickly share about. As I was observing this candle, I was like, wow, this candle's in a weird situation where it can't really have a strong flame because the wax above it will just burn it out. Pretty cool. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hope you guys enjoy these random videos. I'm Andy Martin, the founder of Stunning.com. I'm currently 23 and we're on track to do $1 million per year. I just want to document my whole journey. Peace.